Hi, I'm Stephen with AlbertaUrbanGarden.ca. Welcome to my garden. So we've built this trellis and we've planted the grapes. Now it's time to start to train the grapes along the trellis so that you can get some good spread and some good production. There's a couple of different products that you can use. You can use twine, that's perfectly fine. You can use twist ties, you can use all sorts of things. I choose to use two different products that I actually pick up at the garden store. One is a Velcro tape, and all this does is Velcros onto itself. It works quite well. And the other is a greenhouse tape, and this works as well. You just break a little bit off, tie it up, and it doesn't deteriorate as fast in the sun. It's stretchy and forgiving. I prefer the greenhouse or the Velcro tape because you can adjust it and there's nothing lost. It's a little less harmful on the plant. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to send one runner on the lower wire that way, the main one up, and hopefully we'll get some side shoots, and one on the lower trellis the other way, so that we can kind of maximize the area that it's getting the sun and covering up our fence here. So why don't you come in closer and I'll show you how I'm going to do this and some of the neat little things that grapes do to climb. So grapes put out these little things, and most vines do this. It's called a tendril. These things are amazingly tough, and once they wind on there, they can take quite a bit of abuse. So what we're actually going to do is that this has already grabbed it, but we want to really align this up nicely so that it runs along the cable. And we're just going to take this Velcro tape, and not tight. You don't want to ever make it too tight. If you make it too tight, it can either strangle the plant, or during a windstorm, it can break the plant. You want to leave it a little bit of play. So we're just going to extend this as much as we can and wrap the tendril around. And this growth tip, we're going to continue to attach so that it grows along this side. So the main growth tip, we're just going to actually tie with this greenhouse tape to the bamboo. Now any little nook or crevice, those tendrils will grab it, but this will just help continue to train it vertically, because the main one, will be a very important part of our perennial grape over the long run. So we just want to snug that up, again leaving a little bit of space so that it can climb vertically. So this left lead is, we tried to orient it as best we could, but it's pushing out quite a bit further from the trellis than we'd like. So all I'm going to do is I've already attached the lead to the trellis wire, and I'm just going to use this bamboo temporarily to, I'm going to sneak that behind, so it'll provide tension to continue to train this towards the trellis wire. And that should help keep it growing that way, even in the wind. It doesn't need to be tight, doesn't need to be attached here. It'll just continue to train this gently the direction that we would like it. Just adjust that. And for now, until this is trained the same way that I want it, I'm going to do, so I'm going to attach this just a little bit tighter than I normally would. And that is to keep this going. And we've already attached it, the right leader, to the trellis. We just now need to train it down to run along it. So you want to do this as it's growing to make sure that it's as flexible as possible. And just attach it like that. So the grapes have been in the ground for about 6 weeks now, and we've been training them using the Velcro tape. One out on each side, one vertical, and when this one gets to the top, we'll actually pinch it, and hopefully it'll send some side shoots. So we've let the grape establish for 6 weeks, and what we need to do now is actually clear out the underbrush here. So basically any of these branches that are not going anywhere, that aren't on the main trellis, we're going to take off, and what that'll do is that'll force root growth and that'll also force the vertical growth, all the energy into the branches we want. So as painful as this is, you just take your pruners and clip. Now you don't want to compost this. That there's a better chance of having problems if you do compost it because of scale insects. So I have noticed some damage on these from scale insects, and we just need to take care of it as early on as we can and protect ourselves. So we're also going to take off any damaged leaves. And grapes are amazingly resilient plants. This plant will bounce back, not a problem at all from this. Keeping the bottom clear, what this does is it keeps airflow, and from the humidity and the moisture in the ground to the leaves, the better there's airflow here, the less likely it will be that an infection of any sort will actually hit the rest of the grapes, which is also why we have it a foot off of the fence so that it has airflow. So we've now cleaned this one up. We'll continue to train them vertically and horizontally throughout the summer, and then that's pretty well it. We're going to continue to feed this nice mulch, compost tea, weak organic fertilizer throughout the summer to help push its roots, because really, in order for us to overwinter, we want to make sure that it's got good, tough roots in it. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for spending some time with me today. I appreciate it very much, and I really hope you have a great day.